Has anyone else had a challenging year in love? Rehomed my dog, now he's scheduled to be put down. I feel an immense sense of guilt and abandonment when it comes to my beloved dog. He was always so kind and loving towards me, my family, and even my friends. But lately, things have taken a turn for the worse, and this week has been the hardest one yet. I made the decision to move to a different state, hoping to improve both my life and my dog's. We finally had a big yard for him to play in, and he adored snuggling with me. Although he occasionally showed skepticism towards new people, his current behavior is unlike anything I've ever seen from him. A few months ago, I started developing health issues. It turns out that I have developed allergies to my dog as an adult. My doctor's recommendation was to minimize my contact with him as much as possible. Unfortunately, the prescribed treatments were not effective, and the long-term use of medications could lead to severe consequences like early-onset dementia and ongoing breathing problems. Reluctantly, I made the decision to find him a new home while he was still young. For over 2 months, I diligently searched, posting ads and seeking a suitable home. Finally, someone from my hometown expressed interest. They seemed to check all the necessary boxes and said all the right things, so I made arrangements to bring him back there. Normally, it takes my dog some time to warm up to new people. I had informed the potential new owners about this, and they assured me they would be patient with him. Remarkably, he took an immediate liking to them, the quickest I had ever seen. On his first full day with them, they praised his behavior and told me how well he was doing. However, within 48 hours, everything changed. They introduced him to another dog too soon, and it did not go well. They even brought in a trainer, which turned out to be an even worse experience. They refused to provide me with the trainer's details, but they concluded that my dog had the potential to harm another dog. I suspect that this mysterious trainer might not have even existed and that they simply wanted to find an excuse to give up on him. Instead of reaching out to me for help, they immediately surrendered him to a shelter. Unfortunately, his time with them had left him terrified and likely subjected to abuse, possibly even drugged when he arrived at the shelter. Now, he is not thriving and struggling with the transition. Heartbreakingly, the shelter plans to euthanize him in a few days. All the research I did about adopting a new pet emphasized the importance of allowing at least 3 days for transition and 3 weeks for major changes. However, they gave him neither before giving up. At the time, I was still in the same state, and instead of working together to find a solution, they simply surrendered him. The situation has left me devastated, feeling like I failed and abandoned him. My only intentions were for him to live a long, happy life with a loving person or family. It's incredibly painful to witness the worst possible outcome unfolding before my eyes. I worked so hard to do everything right, ticking all the necessary boxes and ensuring it seemed like a good situation for him. People turned out to be different from who they portrayed themselves to be, cruel and deceptive, and now it's costing my dog his life. I am unable to go back for him, as I have nowhere else for him to go, and my health cannot endure another upheaval. I feel utterly helpless, trapped, and overwhelmed with how life has taken such a tragic turn. I don't know how I'm supposed to find peace amidst this devastation. I thought I did everything correctly, so how did it all go so horribly wrong? Life truly has its incredibly difficult moments.